Well, we've had a bit of rain over the last few days. Hi there, welcome to Caribou Country Lifestyle. My name is Cheryl. Today I'm going to be taking off these bug netting off of my brassicas, and then we'll have a better look of what's going on. It's as of yesterday, it was the first day of fall. If my voice sounds a little off, it's because I've ended up coming down with a cold. I work in the schools, so we have a lot of employees that have been sick, students that have been sick. It's like all around me, and I guess it was just a matter of time that I ended up getting sick. I've felt it coming on probably for the last 4 days. And last night was my worst night. Had the worst sleep ever. So anyways, but the show must carry on, and I have work to do, so bear with me. I'm going to remove the bug netting from this side. Just have to take all my clamps off. And then we can get this side taken off. So I'll just put my clamps up here and remove this one. Oh, nice. So I'm just going to fold this up and put this away, this one piece here. So now we're going to remove this next panel of bug netting. That last panel that I just removed, I took it into the back of my shop and I shook it out, and now I have it draped over. I have a ladder that's set up, some bikes that are set up, so I just spread it over top of those items so that it has a chance to dry out. And then that way, because we've had quite a bit of rain over the last 3 days, and this way it'll get a chance to dry out, and then I can fold it up and put it away for the season. So we're going to just remove the rest of these clamps. Pull this over. Might as well remove all of these too. Okay. Oh. Some more to remove. Some on this side as well, and 2 more, so I don't lose them. I should have brought my bag to store that I store my clamps in. Okay, so we'll just remove the rest of this bug netting, and I'll have to shake this one out as well. Okay, I'll shake that out later. I just want to show you, I'm not sure what's going on in here. This is a cauliflower plant that I have going on here. Didn't know it was cauliflower. It was a plant that I had found, and I just stuck it in here, but it is cauliflower. Okay, so this is the Scorpio head of cabbage, and it actually has split on this side. But that's okay, because I was going to be using this cabbage here to make sauerkraut. Now beside it, this is the Lennox cabbage. And it's not, I've never grown Lennox cabbage before, so it's not like overly big, but that's okay. Coming down here, these were given to me from a friend, and this is one of the Savoy cabbages. But this one next to it is so absolutely beautiful. Like, look at that. And this Savoy cabbage, I'm going to be using that for making some kimchi. And then this was the cauliflower, and there's a little head of cauliflower inside of all those curled leaves. And I don't want to break any of those leaves off, but come take a look at this cauliflower. And this is the cauliflower that I'm going to be picking today, and I will probably turn that into the cauliflower rice as well. Also, I'm going to be picking some of my potatoes. This is the last hill of the Jennifer potatoes, so I'm going to be pulling this up and picking that. The pumpkins are still ripening and turning orange. Got a variety of different sizes. Not really big ones, but there's a lot of little ones. I haven't decided which is my biggest as of yet, but when I get them all picked, we'll compare the sizes. And the candy roaster squash, it seems to be ripening. Some are more of a darker tan colored than others there. That one's still pretty pale compared to, well, that's the one that I picked by accident. So it's not quite ready, but let's go take a look at the corn. And that's just down through here at the end. I picked some corn from a local farm that we have here. It's called Soda Creek. And so I've got some half decent, like this one seems like it's pretty good, and the silk on it is dry. So let's check out this cob and see what it looks like. Okay, I'm just gonna take this and pick it right off. It's definitely small, but let's take a look and see what it looks like. I mean, it definitely could have developed a little bit more. This is the Sunny V corn. That's the seeds that I grew here. Let's just have a little taste of it. Okay. Just make sure I've got most of the leaves pulled back. We'll have a little taste. That's pretty good. If you've never tried raw corn, you should. It actually is quite nice. That's really good. So I've got a couple of cobs that might be able to be picked, but there's 3 of us, so I need 3 cobs of corn, or somebody's gonna feel left out. No, that's nice. Good stuff. So I'm just going to pick this head of cauliflower. Just going to push these leaves down and cut it from the bottom. And then all these big leaves, I'll just feed those to my chickens, just like I did with the last one I picked. And then I will soak this in some salt water in the sink in the house. Because there's still there's not cutworms, but there are these little tiny worms. And I'm not sure what type of worms they are. I'm just gonna pull up this whole plant, and I will give this whole plant to my chickens. Okay, so we're gonna cut out this Scorpio cabbage, and I bet you it split when we got all this rain, because the last time I looked at it, it wasn't split. So I'm just gonna cut it here at the base, just like I did with a cauliflower. And then these leaves from the plant, I'll give that to my chickens. But even though it's split as much as it has, I had a split cabbage last year, and see, there's a little worm there. It's like a little baby earthworm. That's what it looks like. That's what it reminds me of. So I will cut this up and I will use this for sauerkraut, and it'll be totally fine. And this will go to my chickens. Okay, now I'm going to dig up this last hill of potatoes. There are a couple of potatoes that did not, as like this one, was not covered enough with the dirt, and so it has ended up, has that green tinge on it. I have another one here. That one wasn't covered up enough. You don't want to be using these potatoes because this green stuff is actually toxic, and you want to make sure that your potatoes are covered up. This one, I did not make sure that this was my last hill of the Jennifer potatoes. So I'm not even going to use these potatoes. Now, I could use them for seed potatoes for next year, so I might have more. So what I'll do is I'll just put them there off to the side. And let's pull up this last hill of the Jennifer potatoes. See what we got. I gotta quit stepping on all the plants. Okay, I'm gonna take out this tag and this stick. Let's put that off to the side. Okay, pull it up. Oh, look at that. It's like gold. If I got any babies, I think I got one. That one again is green. I'm not going to use that. And I'll just put this off to the side for right now, and we'll see what we have. Got still some really nice big potatoes. I've got 5 chicken carcasses that I have roasting in my oven, and these were the chicken carcasses from the meat birds that we processed. So this year what we did was we cut up our meat birds into pieces. So we cut up the breasts, cut the legs, the thighs, the wings, all off, and packaged them up that way. So we cut it away from the bone on the carcass part of the chicken, and we saved all those carcasses. So I have 5 raw carcasses with the meat on it, bones, all of that, and I have those. I took them out of my freezer. We bagged them up, froze them. So now I'm taking them out of my freezer, I'm roasting them in my oven, and I'm using them to make soup. And what a good, that was my whole reason of doing this today, was because I wasn't feeling good, I want to make soup. So I took out the carcasses this morning, and once they were thawed out enough to get them out of the bag, I just put them on a pan, seasoned them up, and threw them in the oven at 350, and I'm just letting them roast. Once I figure that they're nice and roasted up enough brown, the meat seems all cooked on the bones, that is attached still to the bones, then I will, I brought up a big soup pot, and I will put them in water, and then I will boil that up to make a nice soup stock for, oh, there's another green one. Nice soup stock for my, to make my soup. And I've got onions and carrots from the garden that I'll be as well putting into my soup. So I'm just gonna dig this up, see if there's any more potatoes. I gotta dig kind of deep because they sometimes grow a little deeper than what you would expect. Take out these roots. check on this side. Oh, yeah, there's another one. Nope. I think that's it. Oh, there's another one. That's pretty good. That one hill filled up this basket, and then I'll just bring the dirt back up into a mound, bless the weeds, and then it'll be ready for my growing season for next year. Just get these weeds out of here. That's the worst part about this, is this quackgrass. It grows in everywhere, so I try to pick out as much and get the roots as much as I can out of here. So if I see it, I pick it out, and I try to get as much of the roots out as well. And there's another piece. That's awesome. So then the next variety is the, oh, what was that? I forget what it's called. The next variety is the Christina. So that will be my next variety that I will be picking out when I get my next, when I need to pick some more potatoes. So this is all I've done with this bug netting, was I ended up just draping it over all these items in my back shop. And once it's all dried out, then I'll shake out all the dirt that's attached to it, and then I will fold them up and put them away. So here I need to pick some tomatoes. These are getting pretty ripe, and I plan on adding these to my soup as well. So I'm just going to pick the ripe ones. And just grabbed a empty flower pot to put them into. And I don't know, that one looks pretty like it's ripe. Not very big, but it's ripe. I'll leave that one. And then I've got some New Girl tomatoes. Oh, that one's split. I might as well pick that one. Might as well pick it and eat it, because it's split. And again, with all that rain, it ended up splitting so many of my ripe tomatoes that I was out here picking cherry tomatoes the other day, and I was eating them, all the split ones. So needless to say, I ate a lot. And over here, these are the New Girl tomatoes. So got some really nice ones coming off of here. Got a few really nice ones that are definitely ripe, ready to pick. And I think I have, oh, I have one here. It's not a New Girl. This is actually Amish paste. It's not quite ripe, but it was stuck in my panel, and I wanted to, I can let it ripen on my windowsill and it'll be totally fine. So I'll put those in my bucket. I think those ones could wait a couple more days. I don't see any other ripe ones here, but let's move it over to this side. Over here, these are my Aunt Molly's German green. Well, look at the color of that. They are so pretty. This one's split, so I'm gonna have to use that one up. I'll use it up in my soup. It's got a split on this side and on that side. And I have another one in here that I'm gonna take out because it's split too. Huh. Well, I'll use those up first. Not a big deal. I have another one in here. I just need to, I might have to go to the other side to get it. I just can't get it from that side. That's a, all of them are so differently shaped. That's so cool. I love that. Then I have one of the black crim. I am picking this one now. I was showing you this before, but it ended up splitting as well. But look at how beautiful that is. But there, big split in the bottom, right across there. I'll use that up too. And I think that's it for ripe, full-size tomatoes. Let's take all of this in, and I'll show you my chicken carcasses. Okay, these are really well roasted, I would say. And I'm just going to put them into my soup pot. Very nice brown. And these ones were actually a little bit on the frozen side when I first put them on the pan, and I cooked them in a 350 oven for about 2 hours, I would say. Basically, I put them in the oven, went and had a shower, went outside, did the work that I needed to do, and then come back in. And I'm also going to pour in all of this drippings that's in the bottom of this pan, and then I'm going to top all of these carcasses up with water so that it's covered, and then I'm going to simmer it on the stove for a couple of hours. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. So far I ended up boiling my bones that I covered with water. I also had added 4 bay leaves in with the chicken back, or the carcasses. And after I boiled it for 2 hours, then I took them out, let them cool off a little bit, and then I took all the meat off of the bones and the neck bones and everything. I have also added 3 onions chopped, and I put in 8 medium carrots chopped out of my garden. I also put in 8 stalks of celery chopped, and now I'm going to add the potatoes that I had picked from the garden. I picked out all the small ones to next to medium, smallish to medium size. I washed them. I'm not peeling the potatoes. I'm just going to chop them up into bite-sized pieces. I'm going to add that in. I've turned my heat back on, and yeah, it's looking pretty good. After I put my potatoes in, I've also picked out, I have some kale from the garden. I'm going to chop that up, but I won't add the kale until the very end because it doesn't need any time at all to be cooking in the soup. And then I'm also going to add all of my ripe Roma tomatoes. And so I'll just give you a little look at what we have going on here. So there you can see I've got the soup in there. And when I give it a little stir, I've got carrots, there's the pieces of chicken, I got onions and celery, and the bay leaves I ended up just leaving in there. So I have all of these Roma tomatoes that I plan on putting in there, and then the Roma tomatoes in the bottom of my pot that I plan, my bucket. I'm also going to be adding those split tomatoes. So it's going to be a pretty hearty chicken soup, something that is, I'm sure, going to be good for me. As the day has gone on, I'm feeling like I have less energy now, so I am just going to sign off for now. So I just wanted to show you what I had did with taking my bug netting off and picking that cauliflower and the head of cabbage. I soaked the cauliflower and the head of cabbage in salted water, and I got quite a few of those little worms that I was telling you about. They kind of look like baby earthworms. So I got those out of the cabbage and the cauliflower, and I'm hoping that tomorrow I'll be able to make the sauerkraut, and I will definitely bring you along for that. So I'm gonna sign off. So thanks for joining me, and we'll talk again soon. Bye for now.